Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall catch-up show for Saturday the 3rd, Sunday the 4th, Monday the 5th and Tuesday the 6th of June. Now, despite this video covering 4 days, this is what it looks like in terms of Millwall news. Not a lot going on. It's tumbleweeds. There is a few things and we'll get to them. So we've got Esse called up for England under 18s. There are some international games next week. I believe next week or the week after. Taking place, and more on that later. We know Tom Bradshaw is in the Wales squad. We think George Saville will be in the Northern Ireland squad. That, I believe, has been announced in a couple of days after the training camp has finished on the 8th of June. So we wait for that. But Esse called up to England under 18s. Millwall's Esse has been selected to represent England under 18s. Was set to travel to Portugal for a trio of games. Three Lions fly to Lisbon next week for matches against Norway, Australia, and Portugal. That reminds me, talking of Portugal, where do you think Millwall going for pre-season, and will we be allowed to watch? Esse is no stranger to international duties, having represented his nation in Croatia back in March. Everyone at the club is delighted for Remain following his call-up and wishing the best during his time away. But stay tuned to Millwall FC for updates from the matches, indeed. Stay tuned to the Daily Millwall for updates from the matches. So, yeah, in a couple of days. So he's probably thinking about going out there now. The 9th of June, 11 AM kickoff. 11th of June, 13th of June. So at this level, I think these are basically just kick around games. They might not even be 45 minutes each way. They might be 20 minutes or whatever. But still good. So keep you updated on those. Now this is happening. Coffee mornings cancelled throughout June. Indeed. Coffee mornings at the Den will temporarily pause throughout the month of June due to various renovations and vital works within the ground. We are unable to host the usual gathering for the next few weeks. Coffee mornings will return next month. The club will communicate more information at an appropriate time. Stay tuned to millfc.co.uk for more details. So yeah, they're doing some stuff. They were working. I think they were working on the day of the under 21 semi-final, and there was some workmen around, and they stopped when kickoff was nearly coming up. But yeah, so those of you who are in the exec lounges and other places, you've already seen the toilets improved. Wonder what they're going to improve now. Should be good. Maybe they're building a trophy cabinet for a bigger one for all the trophies that the under 21s won. Maybe for the one that the first team are going to win next season. So moving on, to this. Millwall defender receives praise from Ireland boss, but has to wait for competitive call-up. So this is from southernnews.co.uk. They've got a quote from the Irish manager, Paddy Kenny. His name's Kenny. I assume his name's Paddy, because he's Irish, isn't it? Yeah, Daniel McNamara was called up to a training camp, which featured mostly EFL and League of Ireland players. All the big hitters were out, so it seems he's not made it to the full squad yet. There is still time. Danny McNamara received praise from Ireland boss Stephen Kenny, after a recent training camp in Bristol. McNamara, 24, as part of a 20-man squad assembled from the EFL and League of Ireland as part of preparation for Euro 2024 qualifiers this month. McNamara, Hull City defender Sean McLaughlin, Shamrock Rovers winger Neil Ferrugia, Derry City goalkeeper Brian Maher, and Oxford United goalkeeper Ed McGinty are all part of the senior squad for the first time. Former Millwall players Jason Malumbi and Troy Parrott were also involved. The latter two have been included in the 5-man squad for the qualifiers against Greece and Gibraltar, but McNamara has missed out. I think of all the players, Neil, Danny, Sean McLaughlin for the first time, The goalkeepers Brian Maher, Ed McGinty, and Max O'Leary performed really well, Kenny said on the Football Association of Ireland website after the Bristol camp. But a lot of players have had injury issues, and it's been an important week. Nothing beats actually playing football and actually training rather than setting individual programs. And I feel the players have really benefited from that. It was a great week of work for the players. The focus is completely on those next two matches. We got 9 days in Turkey to look forward to before we head to Athens and return home, face Gibraltar. So there you go, indeed. Danny McNamara just missing out again on a 25-man squad. So he misses out on a 25-man squad. Well, I imagine he's probably emerged. The news emerged that literally for every Ireland squad he's been named as a backup, but it's behind the scenes. So basically, if someone drops out injured, he's on standby. So he's ready and willing to respond to the call if it comes. But it seems he might have to wait for a bit of bad news for some other people to get injured, and then he might be in. You wouldn't wish that on people, but that might be what it takes. Now, moving on to this from londonnewsonline.co.uk. Millwall boss targets tactical flexibility next season, with transfer deals set to help with achieving aim. Okay. Garrett has talked about his desire for Millwall to have flexibility to their shape next season, and admits some of that comes down to the transfer target the club can land in the summer. The Lions boss, is that supposed to say boss? Instead of back. The Lions boss has played with both wing backs, part of a back five, and also switched to a flat back four, enjoying success with both. And Rao wants to be able to mix it up as Millwall aim to once again be pushing for the Championship top six in the 23-24 campaign. You have to be flexible, he told the South Londoners. We changed our four last season, but if you look by the end of it, you probably see similar stats. In many ways to the previous season when Millwall played a three-man central defence. I don't think there's necessarily one route that fits all. We're a team that are quite good when we're quite flexible. You saw that when we went up to Blackpool. They had a different play, a different type of game. There are quite a lot of players in our group who suit a 5-2-3, a 5-2-1-2, or whatever you want to call it. A 5-2-1-2 is you can get two strikers on the pitch, and a number 10. So there are options at those sort of positions. Ultimately, it's about improving the team and having the ability to play in different ways. Luton and Coventry in the playoff final both played a back five. Sheffield United, one of the two teams who went on automatically played a back five. I've spoken about it before. It's not necessarily formation, it's how you play the formation. There is always that question, can we get more forwards on the pitch? Can we get more goals on the pitch? When you're recruiting, you have to have half an eye on those who can be fairly flexible. It's something we'll look at in the summer. It depends on the options of the players you have to sign. Sometimes that can shape the way you're thinking as well. It's something I've done all through my career. Sometimes you need a little switch up in games to refresh. It's something I'd give good thought to over the summer, but I won't be able to be too rigid. Here's to have the ability to change. Sometimes within games as well. Okay. Who's that? Who are we signing? Who are we signing? Who are we signing? I don't know. But yeah, that's basically it. Just a little reminder now. It's getting a bit grim when you're scraping the barrow when put up the key dates. And this is southernnews.co.uk. You've got the key dates on Monday. I feel for those guys. They got to come up with a Mill story every day, and there's literally nothing. They've been talking about Tony Craig and Liam Trotter going on a backpacking holiday. All sorts they've been talking about. They're like magicians. They're just abracadabra pulling it out of nowhere. But they've got to do it, innit? They've got to do it. They've got to get the Millwall story out there and try and put a ambiguous title up there to get you clicking on it. But not too ambiguous because they don't want to piss you off and then turn you off. So they still want you clicking on it, but it can't be too annoying once you do click through to it. But yeah, this is key dates for Millwall, including the fixture release day ahead of the 23-24 campaign. A little reminder, I've already brought you this. Millwall will know their full fixture list for the 23-24 Championship season when they are released on Thursday, June the 22nd. Yes! What is that? What's that, 14, 16 days to go? 16 days to go. 16 full days and nights to go. But here's the thing. So that's just going to be a rough draft because I don't know if you know, then I believe that this season coming up is the season where the new TV deal coming through with Sky Sports, and there's going to be more championship games on than ever before. So we're going to see a lot of pissing around with the games being moved. Because one thing that was a possibility that they would get rid of the blackout between 3 and 5, but they decided to keep that. So it means you can't show a live game between 3 and 5 on a Saturday. So it's going to have all the games are going to have to get moved to Saturday lunchtime, Saturday evening, Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, Monday night, Friday night. So we could see a lot of our games being changed around. The opening weekend of the campaign will be August 4th to 6th with the first round of the EFL Cup the following midweek. The Lions will be hoping to go one better next season and reach the playoffs. The 3 playoff finals are this time split across 2 weekends, with Championship decided on the later weekend, Sunday, May the 26th. So there you go. The fixtures come out 22nd of June, 9 a.m. The first game of the season is Saturday, August 5th, we assume. Carabao Cup round 1 is August the 7th. Carabao Cup final, Sunday, February 25th. EFL Trophy, we're not involved in that. The Championship Playoff final, Sunday, May the 26th. So that's about sums up. Let me pose a question to you. So we've obviously struggled for the past 3 seasons to even get in the playoffs, let alone get in there and do anything. But here's the thing. I'll give you an hypothetical. We, as in Millwall, we win. Yeah, we win the Carabao Cup final. We get to the League Cup final, we win it, or we get to the playoffs and we might win or we might lose. If I give you those 2 options now, which one would you take? Which one would you take? All day long, I would take winning the Carabao Cup final. All day long. And you think, well, why? Why? You could get in the Premier League, win the playoffs and get in the Premier League. Cup final. It's like, if we could get in the playoffs and win the playoffs, yeah, I would take that. But if it was guaranteed, if it wasn't guaranteed, if you could guarantee me winning the cup final, I don't know how you do that, but just hypothetical, so just playing that. Winning the League Cup final, or just getting into the Championship. But that's never going to happen, is it? Because we are absolute dog shit in the Carabao Cup or in the League Cups. We never take it seriously. We kind of fluke our way to the quarterfinals every now and then. I think 3 times we've been to the quarterfinals. And then the fans get excited, and then they actually start turning up. And then we have a bit of bother. It doesn't go well. So, yeah, but these are your dates. So, like I said, this is the Millwall news landscape right now. Tumbleweeds. Absolutely nothing going on. And on that note, thank you for watching and goodbye.